Hey, Molly, when are you planning to come back? The chores are piling up without you here. Your mom's been unwell and just stays in bed all day. Can you come back soon and help clean up the house? Sorry for the trouble, Elena. I won't be able to come back for a while as I'm abroad for work. Geez, you're still overseas? Must be nice to travel when it's not even summer vacation time. Instead of leaving your family behind and gallivanting around, why don't you come back home already? I've already explained this several times. I'm not on vacation. I'm on a business trip. It's work, so it's not like I can make up my own schedule. Don't lie to me. I heard from Flynn that you're only a high school grad. Yeah, that's true. I doubt that someone at the bottom of the academic ladder like you is going on an overseas business trip. The bottom? Flynn's successful and graduated from a top-notch university. I wonder why there's a huge difference, even though you guys are siblings. Yeah, he always aced school. I was more towards the lower end. But grades aren't everything, you know. I don't care what you think of me. There are many people, whether high school grads or not, excelling in society. It's not fair to judge solely based on education. You're so naive. No matter what you say, those with higher education get preferential treatment in society. They get better salaries too. You should at least have a college degree. I see. You also have a degree, right? But you've never worked and have been a homemaker. So I question if education is really that necessary. How dare you? Are you trying to belittle homemakers? It's a respectable job, you know. That's definitely not my intention. I'm just saying it's wrong to look down on people based on education. Huh! Acting all high and mighty just because you have a job with only a high school diploma? Anyway, we're doing you a favor by letting you stay here. So, it'd be nice if you could at least help with cleaning the house. Vacuuming is a pain, especially with so many rooms. That's my family home, so I'm not exactly freeloading there. You and Flynn moved in later, remember? Isn't it normal for the eldest son and his wife to live in the family home? Technically, as a single daughter, you should have moved out. Why should I have to leave my own house? Your house? Living here like a parasite and having the nerve to talk back? No, I work and contribute financially, so I'm not a parasite. Ugh, you're so irritating. It's parasitic to be single and still live at home. Whatever. Whether it's work or whatever, just wrap it up and hurry back. You've missed out on chores, so you'll have to do a lot when you get back.
Hey, I heard from Elena. You've been dissing her, right?
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Quit playing dumb. She just called me all mad. You acted condescendingly for someone with a low education. Saying stuff like housewives are useless to society and college degrees are pointless. It sounded like you belittled her big time.
No way. I didn't say any of that. She's twisting my words significantly. I mean, she's the one who's been disrespecting me from the start.
It's so troublesome when she gets upset, you know. I end up taking the heat because of you. Please, stop picking fights with her.
I don't remember doing such a thing.
By the way, you'll be back by tomorrow, right?
Huh? What's wrong with you two? I'm on a business trip, so there's no way.
Quit lying. You're just pretending to be on a business trip while having a good time.
That's not true.
Elena's been struggling to take care of Mom and doing household chores all alone. Just come back already.
I explained this to her earlier, but I can't come back home for a while. She's a homemaker and not working, so she should be able to handle the house, right? Besides, Mom's just a little disabled, but can manage most things herself. She's not that dependent.
Are you trying to rebel against me?
What the?
I'm the eldest son, you know.
You've always been obsessed with that. Seriously? Why are you clinging to outdated values? Being the eldest doesn't make you superior nowadays. Mom and Dad never gave you special treatment, right?
Compared to you, with your low education and no marriage, I'm definitely the superior one. Just be grateful you get to live in this house.
Jeez, you've been saying the same things as Elena. What's wrong with living in my family home? You guys rolled in there later, remember? Plus, when you guys got married, you were dead set against living with our parents. You said Elena wouldn't like it, and yet you just suddenly moved in without any heads up. You know, it was such a hassle getting everything ready for you guys.
There's no point in talking about that now. Our old apartment was falling apart from age, and the owner forced us to move out.
Then you could have easily found a new place. Elena didn't want to live together, right?
Things happened suddenly, and I had no choice but to come back here.
Uh-huh. I didn't know an eviction notice would come out so abruptly.
That was quite a surprise for me too.
Anyway, living with us was just until you found another place, right? So why are you acting like you're in charge?
That's because I'm the eldest son. Now that Dad's gone, it's me who's supposed to inherit this house.
Inherit? But you made a promise and can't stay there forever, you know?
Ha! Like I'm gonna listen to you. I got the chance to live here again. Why would I go through the hassle of renting a cramped apartment now? This house is gonna be mine.
Yeah, right. It's not going to be yours. You have to leave just as you agreed upon.
Stop making a fuss. If you're adamant about not coming back soon, I'll just kick you out forcibly.
What do you mean?
That's a surprise for after you're kicked out.
Hold on. What are you planning to do?
I'm planning some harsh punishment for my arrogant sister. Remember that.
Hi, Molly. You're still abroad, right? Yeah, I should be back in about a week. I hate to ask, but can you take care of things at home a little longer? You know what? You don't need to come back. But you were asking me to hurry back the other day. What's going on? I have big news. Ready? I threw away all your stuff. Excuse me? You lie about being on a business trip and push housework on me. You're nothing but a nuisance. So after talking to Flynn, we decided to kick you out. You won't have a place or belongings when you come back. Find somewhere else to live when you return. Wait, did you just enter my room without permission? Of course! Why wouldn't I? Since Flynn is the head of this house, I, as his wife, have every right to enter rooms. He's not the head. Besides, I locked my room. We broke that. We got rid of everything. The bed, dresser, even everything in the closet. Oh, It's a shame, by the way. About what? Being a high school grad means being poor, huh? I thought about selling stuff to a recycling place if it looked promising. But all your furniture was in shambles, and your clothes were cheap and worn out. Not a single branded item. Everything looked like trash, so I threw it all away. Unbelievable. You tried to sell off my personal belongings. But thank you, Elena. Huh? I didn't even need to ask, and you just did it for me. If I knew, I wouldn't have locked the door. It must have been a hassle breaking it. What are you saying? Now I don't have to come back. Great. What do you mean? You mentioned my belongings were like trash, but they actually were. Everything left in my room was planned to be thrown away later. So, nothing was necessary? Right. I've already moved everything else to a storage unit. For what? Because I'm moving. You're moving? Yeah. But then I suddenly got a business trip, so I was contemplating when to clean up the room. There's still some procedures left and Mom to consider, so I have to return at some point. But because you threw everything away, I won't have to rush back. Thanks a lot. What the heck? You made me do extra work. You were planning to move? Why didn't you say it earlier? Wait, I've mentioned it several times before. You guys are prepared too, right? Why would we? I've explained before that you can only live there for a limited time. Didn't you listen? Hold on. What do you mean? That house is a rental, and the lease is ending soon. A rental? Didn't you know? It's a rented property. I thought your parents bought it. But since you've lived here for so long, you could just renew the lease, right? Nope, it's not possible. There's a new tenant lined up. We need to clear out everything in the house before the move-out date. Wait, don't just rush things. This house was rented by your late father, right? You don't have the right to terminate the lease. Since he passed away, I've transferred the lease under my name. I'm the current leaseholder. So we won't be able to live there soon. You guys need to start preparing to move. Oh my God. What about your mom? Will she leave too? Of course. She's aware and has been packing her stuff in her room. Come to think of it, her room seems to be getting quite organized lately. It's just you and Flynn taking it easy. Please make sure to sort out your stuff before the move-out date. Hold on. This is all too sudden. I can't keep up. I did mention before that we couldn't stay there for long. But I didn't know we'd really have to move out. Hey, is it possible to cancel the termination? Nope. Oh, darn it. Well then, I gotta go back to work now.
Molly, are you serious about not renewing the lease?
Oh, you already heard from Elena, huh?
What have you done without consulting me?
The decision was made before you moved in. Besides, the lease is under my name, so I have the right to handle the procedures.
Darn it. What was Dad thinking? Disregarding me and making you the leaseholder?
When he passed away, you were living elsewhere, so obviously it came to me. I did mention the lease was ending soon, and we could only reside for a little while when you guys moved in.
You didn't say you were canceling the lease?
I didn't think it was necessary. You said yourself that you'd only stay for a month at most and leave once you found a new place.
I never imagined you'd proceed with the termination. It's our family home, and I intend to keep living here.
I'm speechless. But the next tenant is already set. You guys need to move out soon.
Hold on. Where are you going after you move out?
I've signed a lease for a new apartment.
And what about Mom? Are you planning to abandon her?
Of course not. I found an accessible apartment near my workplace, so we're moving there.
I see. Then we'll move in with you guys.
What? Find your own place.
Unfortunately, that's not possible.
Why not?
We don't have the money.
What the heck?
Actually, the reason we were asked to vacate the previous apartment wasn't due to the building's aging. We couldn't afford the rent.
Well, I suspected something fishy. Your apartment looked quite nice, and the aging excuse sounded shady. But you have a good job at a big company and are earning a good income. How could you fail to pay the rent?
I kinda got stuck in a situation. The rent was just too high for me to afford.
Then why didn't you find a more affordable place from the start? There were plenty of options like moving to a cheaper place, right?
Elena thought that marrying me, a top university graduate, working for a big company would mean living a high life in a luxury apartment. I couldn't betray her expectations right after our marriage.
Ah, I see. You were trying to show the bright side to your wife and ended up pushing beyond your means.
But even though it's a big company, I'm still just a regular employee, so I don't get that much salary. Honestly, the bosses have no clue, not giving enough recognition to someone as talented as me.
Oh, really?
Even in such a situation, Elena keeps asking for new handbags, wanting to travel and stuff. Now, my savings are totally gone. I've maxed out my credit cards and am in debt too.
Wow, you're in debt?
She used my card to shop like crazy. Well, I did buy some things too, like watches and shoes.
Sounds like both of you are quite into showing off.
So, if you're moving, we'll move in with you. I'll start packing right away. Just tell me where the new place is.
No way.
Why not?
It's the apartment rented for Mom and me. It'll be cramped with you guys around.
Come on, deal with it. You're so cocky for someone with a low education. Well, you got lucky and promoted by chance. I know you're getting more salary than me. We're family, so you should help out your struggling brother and his wife.
No, it's your own fault for slacking off due to your pride in your education.
How dare you say that?
Sure, you went to a good university and landed a great job. But then, you just slacked off and didn't take work seriously, right? Even if you graduate from a top university, you won't get recognized without showing results. It's obvious that you can't get promoted or a raise, isn't it? I may only have a diploma, but I worked hard and even got qualifications. I'm entrusted to go on overseas business trips now. You belittled me and tried to kick me out of the house before. But now, you want to rely on me just because we're family?
Then lend me money.
What?
I'll rent an apartment. Give me the money for moving.
Why do I have to do that?
There's no one else I can rely on, so you'll have to help me. Dad's gone, and Mom's only income is her pension. You're single and financially stable. You can easily manage such a small amount as to rent an apartment, right?
Why not ask Elena to work then?
Don't be ridiculous. She's never worked since graduating from college.
Even if she can't find a full-time job, she could work part-time, right?
As if I could tell her to go and work now. That's embarrassing.
You're still putting on airs at a time like this? Your debt is because of her selfishness. Of course she has to work.
Please, I'll apologize for everything we've done so far. Just help us out. Let us stay in your apartment for a little while, okay?
I'm tired of hearing that request.
We'll leave as soon as we find a new place.
I'm tired of hearing that too.
Molly, please.
Figure something out on your own.
Wait. Molly, don't abandon us.
Flynn and Elena had no money to rent even a rundown apartment and ended up pleading to stay with her family. However, due to her selfish nature, she had a history of not getting along with her parents. They were soon kicked out of the house and ended up sleeping in the park. To make ends meet, she finally started working, but having only been a housewife, she struggled to adapt to a work environment. She constantly upset her bosses and was never able to keep a job. They're still repaying debts and living a financially strained life on just Flynn's salary now. Meanwhile, I moved into a new apartment near my workplace with my mom, enjoying a peaceful life. Work has been going well, and I'm about to be promoted to department manager. Perhaps being free from the stress of Flynn and Elena, my mother's health has improved lately. She's helping me out a lot with housework. Now that I've saved up some money, I plan to take her on an overseas trip rather than going on a business trip.